What if I told you you've been in conversation with the universe your entire life, without even knowing it? Every thought you send out, every emotion you feel, every word you speak, it's all part of a silent dialogue, one the universe hears and responds to. But here's the problem. Most people have no idea this conversation is happening. They ignore the signs, dismiss synchronicities, and stay trapped in patterns they don't understand, believing life is random or out of their control. But it's not. Nothing is random. Every repeated experience, every coincidence, every closed door or sudden opportunity, it all carries meaning. If you know how to see it, the universe is always listening, always responding, always mirroring back the energy you radiate. The real question isn't, is the universe paying attention? It's, are you speaking its language? This isn't New Age fluff or empty wishful thinking. This is about learning how to communicate with the most responsive force in existence, consciously. Because whether you realize it or not, you're already in dialogue with the universe. Every thought emits a frequency. Every feeling sends a signal. Every belief shapes what gets reflected back to you. You're not waiting for the universe to respond. You're tuning your signal, and reality is echoing it back. Most people think the universe hears their words, their hopes, or their fleeting desires. But the universe doesn't respond to language. It responds to vibration. You can say, I want abundance. But if you feel unworthy deep down, your signal is lack. You can visualize love. But if you're carrying fear, anger, or unhealed pain, your frequency says, I'm not ready. And the universe, always precise, simply reflects that back. This is why the same patterns repeat, the same kinds of relationships, the same financial struggles, the same emotional loops. Not because life is punishing you, but because energy doesn't lie. What you focus on expands. What you believe becomes. What you feel becomes your frequency. Most people try to force change by changing their words, but the signal remains the same. They affirm success while vibrating doubt. They speak of gratitude while carrying resentment. They wish for love while fearing abandonment. And the universe, always honest, reflects what they are, not what they say. This is why awareness is everything, because the moment you become aware of your frequency, you can shift it. And when you shift it, the universe shifts with you. This isn't about manipulating outcomes. It's about becoming magnetic to what already exists in alignment with your true energy. Because here's the deepest truth. You don't attract what you want. You attract what you are. And once you realize that, once you stop trying to get something and start embodying it, the universe responds instantly, not in theory, in reality. You are not a beggar waiting for blessings. You are a broadcaster of energy, sending signals with every breath you take. And the universe? It's the most precise mirror you'll ever encounter. So why do some people seem to manifest with ease, while others struggle for years? Why do some attract abundance, love, and growth, while others remain stuck in cycles of doubt and frustration? The answer is simple. Alignment. Alignment is when your thoughts, emotions, and energy all speak the same message. When you become the frequency of what you desire. You've felt it before. Those rare moments when things just click, when you're clear, calm, confident, and reality seems to bend in your favor. That wasn't luck. That was resonance. Your energy was clear. Your signal was strong, and the universe matched it perfectly. Now think of the times when nothing worked, when every effort felt heavy, when obstacles kept showing up. That wasn't bad luck. That was interference. Your inner signal was scattered, your emotions conflicted, your energy unclear. You might have said you wanted success, but you felt like a fraud. You might have visualized love, but carried the weight of past betrayals. And so the universe responded, not to your surface words, but to your deeper vibration. Here's what they don't tell you. You can't fake energy. You can't trick the universe. You can only align or not. And the more honest you are with yourself, the more powerful you become. So, how do you shift this? How do you start speaking the language the universe actually hears? There are 5 main channels, each one a doorway: prayer, meditation, presence, visualization, declaration. Each one shapes energy. Each one sends a signal. Each one invites a response. Let's begin with prayer. Forget what you've been taught. Prayer is not begging. Prayer is not hoping. Prayer is not convincing some external power to finally notice you. Real prayer is declaration. It's stepping into the frequency of what already is. It's speaking from certainty, not desperation. When you say, "Thank you for the abundance that flows into my life," with complete belief, you are aligning with that timeline. You're broadcasting trust. But when you say, "Please give me money," from fear, you're sending out lack. The universe doesn't judge, it just reflects. The most powerful prayers aren't cries of desperation. They're calm, confident acknowledgments of truth. Not, "I need," but "I know." Not "please," but "thank you." Because what you thank the universe for in advance, you invite in faster. Next, meditation. If prayer is speaking, meditation is listening. Most people are so busy talking, asking, doing. They never stop to hear the answer. The universe whispers in stillness. It responds in silence. You've asked for clarity, but your mind is too loud to receive it. Meditation isn't just a technique. It's a clearing, a tuning. It's not about escaping. It's about aligning. Because when you become still, your signal strengthens, and the response becomes unmistakable. Then there is presence. The universe doesn't speak in the past or in the future. It speaks now, and most people are never here. They're reliving old pain or chasing future dreams. But the signal is here. The answers are here. The more present you become, the clearer everything gets. That gut feeling, that coincidence, that moment of synchronicity, that's the universe. But you have to be here to catch it. Next comes visualization, not just seeing the future, but feeling it. When you visualize from the feeling of already having, your energy changes instantly. And the universe? It notices. Your mind can't tell the difference between what you vividly imagine and what you actually live. So why not choose visions that serve you? Why not become fluent in the language of felt experience? Picture the outcome, feel it, live it inwardly, and then let the external match your internal. And finally, declaration. When you write something down, when you speak it aloud, when you claim it, you anchor it, you reinforce the signal. Words matter, not because they convince the universe, but because they shape you. And the moment you believe them, the universe will reflect them. Because again, the universe doesn't respond to wishes. It responds to who you are. You don't chase outcomes. You align with them. You don't wait for permission. You declare truth. You don't ask, "When will it happen?" You ask, "Who must I become to let it in?" Because once you become the signal, reality has no choice but to echo it back. The universe doesn't speak in paragraphs. It speaks in pulses, whispers, glances, moments that pass too quickly for the busy mind to catch. But they're always there. When you become aware of them, you begin to feel guided. When you trust them, you begin to feel unstoppable. And one of the clearest ways the universe speaks is through feeling, not emotion, but vibration. That subtle pull toward a certain decision, that instant knowing something is right or very, very wrong. That quiet sense of peace in the middle of a storm. Most people call it intuition, but it's more than that. It's your inner compass, tuned to the frequency of truth. And the more present you become, the clearer it gets. But here's the challenge. You've been conditioned to ignore it, taught to trust logic over knowing, to choose reason over resonance. And so the signals go unnoticed. You overthink what you already know. You doubt what you deeply feel. You hesitate. When your whole being is screaming, "Go." But intuition isn't a luxury, it's a language. And the more you use it, the more fluent you become. Because the universe doesn't guide you through logic, it guides you through alignment. And alignment feels like peace. It feels like clarity. It feels like, of course. You don't need to figure everything out. You need to listen. You need to feel. And when something feels right, it's not just a preference. It's a signal. It's the universe saying, "This way." You've been taught that communication is external, that it's about saying the right thing, doing the right ritual, making the right move. But the truth is this: the clearest way to communicate with the universe is to become still, not passive. Still enough to hear, still enough to sense, still enough to receive. This is why meditation is sacred, because in stillness, you don't just calm your mind, you activate your awareness. You tune into a deeper frequency, one where the answers already exist. You've heard the phrase, "Ask and you shall receive." But what they forget to tell you is, you must also be ready to receive. And readiness isn't frantic, it's not desperate, it's not scattered, it's clear, open, attuned. So much of what you're asking for is already trying to make its way to you, but your doubt becomes a wall, your worry becomes static, your control becomes resistance. When you let go, things move, and it starts with presence. Your life isn't unfolding someday, it's unfolding now. And the signs you keep asking for? They're everywhere. Repeating numbers, echoed phrases, uncanny timing. You see a symbol that matches a dream. You hear the answer in a stranger's conversation. You feel a sudden nudge to change direction, and something clicks. These are not coincidences, they're confirmations, but only if you're present enough to recognize them, because the universe doesn't shout, it whispers. And your job is not to demand louder answers, it's to quiet your mind enough to hear them. Now let's talk about embodiment. The final and most powerful form of communication is not thought, or feeling, or words. It's being. You don't attract love by craving it. You attract love by being love. You don't manifest abundance by wishing for it. You manifest abundance by becoming the version of you who lives it. The universe responds to who you are. So the question is, who are you being right now? Not who you were yesterday, not who you'll become someday, but right now. What energy are you embodying? What story are you carrying? What vibration are you sending into the world through your actions, your posture, your breath, your presence? This is the transmission the universe is always tuning into. And the most magnetic people you've ever met, they didn't get something special. They became something powerful. They aligned. So what does alignment feel like? It feels like confidence without arrogance, power without force, clarity without control. It feels like knowing without needing proof. You don't need to beg the universe for a sign. You need to become the sign. And when you do, everything begins to move. Most people believe they need proof before they believe. They want the universe to move first, to send a sign, to show a result, to give them certainty. But that's not how it works. The universe moves with you, not before you. It responds to your frequency, not your requests. It echoes what you become, not what you wait for. And that's where most people stay stuck. In the waiting. Waiting for the right moment. Waiting for a sign. Waiting to feel ready. But readiness is a decision, not a feeling. It's a choice to align with the version of you that already exists, the one who lives the life you're asking for. Everything you want is already available, but not at your current frequency. You must rise, and rising doesn't mean grinding harder. It means refining your vibration. It means letting go of the energy that no longer serves. You don't attract abundance by chasing money. You attract abundance by releasing scarcity. You don't attract love by needing someone. You attract love by healing the part of you that feels unworthy. This is why the universe sometimes delays what you ask for. Not to punish you, but to prepare you. Because your desire isn't denied, it's being aligned. And the more you resist the preparation, the longer it takes to arrive. Here's what no one tells you. The moment you fully align, the shift begins. Not when you visualize it, not when you write it, not when you say the affirmation, but when you believe it. When your thoughts, feelings, and actions finally match your desire, the universe responds without hesitation. And that's when the magic starts to feel normal, because synchronicity becomes expected. Opportunities become frequent. People, places, and chances begin showing up, not by chance, but by design. This is the natural rhythm of alignment. The universe doesn't reward good behavior. It reflects coherent energy, and coherent energy only comes from truth, from clarity, from consistency. Most people live in contradiction. They say they want peace, but entertain chaos. They speak of abundance, but act from lack. They ask for love, but run from intimacy. And the universe mirrors it all. So what happens when you stop contradicting yourself? When you say only what you mean, feel only what's true, and act only in alignment with who you want to be, you become unstoppable. Because the most powerful frequency in the universe is certainty, not arrogance, not stubbornness, but unwavering knowing. Not "I hope," but "I know." Not "someday," but "now." Because when you align with now, everything accelerates. That doesn't mean it all happens instantly. It means it begins. You stop delaying. You stop resisting. You stop doubting. And the field around you shifts. Opportunities notice you. People are drawn to you. Reality bends around your presence. Not because you forced it, but because you matched it. This is the real secret to manifestation. Not visual boards, not mantras, not rituals, but embodied frequency. You show up as the version of you who already has it. And then reality catches up. Because the universe has no choice but to meet you there. You are the cause, not the effect. You are the signal, not the echo. You are the creator, not the passenger. And when you live that truth, not sometimes, but every day, life becomes the reflection of your inner world, not theory, reality. So here's the question. Are you ready to stop waiting for signs? Are you ready to become one? Because the universe isn't silent. It's responsive. It's waiting for you to take the lead, not by pushing, not by pleading, but by aligning. You're not here to watch others manifest. You're not here to chase what was always meant for you. You're here to embody it, to live it, to become it, because you were never separate. You were never small. You were never unworthy. You were always the signal. And now you remember. Now you rise. Now everything begins to change.